Okay, so this is one more question that I have is that, should we by design hire people who are just little, I mean, whatever percentage was little overqualified than their current role? Because the whole point is that, the job will grow, the role will grow. So he will fit the role in the near future and therefore will be satisfied. Views, please.
I think that is dangerous. In fact, if he's
Okay.
overqualified, he'll be overconfident, right? And if he's overconfident, then I don't think that will create positive vibes in the organization or in the team. In fact,
And same,
I would say he should be a little bit underqualified, and he should be more passionate, so that
Okay.
he scales up and he delivers, and
Anybody else?
he takes it as a challenge. Yeah.
it increases his
And
expectations. Expectations would be too much.
Okay.
And I think that
and
overqualified
if
people,
he is a leader, then that will again create a problem because his subordinates would not be able to manage with what he's expecting. So there will be a gap.
Yeah, Ashish, you were saying something?
yeah, I think overqualified people, they are not for long term, I would say.
Okay.
And adding to Anaga's point, if he's a subordinate and if the other teammates are not as qualified as that person, there might be clashes in the team.
Okay. Yeah, I think
It sometimes depends on situation as well, right? So maybe in some of the cases it doesn't work in our favor, but in certain cases, a person who is overqualified might also help in enabling other team members, bringing that experience into the table. Maybe he has that past experience of handling and navigating those kind of situations. He can also handle as an additional responsibility.
okay. So Vijay, whenever we are talking of, particularly when we're talking of principles and practices, as you can see here, we are talking of, by and large. There could be exceptions, but by and large, is it a good practice? That's the question that we're trying to answer here. And research have proved that it is a bad decision. Simply because one or two things. One is the question that why is this person, willing to come on board for a role which is, for which he's overqualified. So there is obviously something around that. No matter how much stories he tell you and I think, but there is definitely something behind the curtain that we have not been able to reach out to. Secondly, he's restless. He's looking for better opportunities, looking for somewhere where his current expertise can be better suited. Worst of all is we are not able to provide him a career growth plan. We are not really able to give him visibility of what next, and that is the biggest problem. So I completely agree. Conceptually also it has been said with Sushil that you know on a rough basis, if you hire somebody who's about 70-75% qualified, not like 50% qualified, but not also even 100% qualified, somewhere in that range, it's not so easy to measure in terms of percentage, but in a manner of speaking, if somebody who's about 70-75% there for the role and therefore comes in, looks forward to growth, looks forward to learning something new, look forward to picking up people, other skills. See it from the Vijay, see it from the employee's perspective. He's not coming here inside to teach others or to train others. People join organizations. One of the key reasons for people to joining organization is to learn, to pick up new things. Right now, suddenly he's in an environment where he doesn't have to. I mean, nobody else has to offer him anything. The system, the process, the company, the people. Nobody else have to offer him something. So unless and until he has a very peculiar, particular competency, by and large, people are not very happy in such situation that they are not being able to get any opportunity to learn anything more than what they already know. In fact, even what they know is not being put to practice. So while underqualified is a bad idea, overqualified is certainly as bad an idea as the other one.
Yeah. So what I meant was, sir, I started saying that we are not going to hire every time overqualified people.
Yeah.
In an exceptional case, when we hire, maybe there will be some use, but very rare that we hire somebody who is like overqualified.
The question which I have is use. You use the word use for whom?
Sorry.
You said that some exceptional cases it could be of use to hire somebody overqualified. My question to you is use for whom?
For the team or for the function that we are hiring.
Exactly. Now look at it from the perspective of the employee who has come on board. You know what I'm saying? It may be a good idea for me as a leader. It may be a good idea for the department function, even for the organization. But what about the person who hasn't come on board? You know, for him, maybe he'll enjoy it for a few days, this thing, because he's in that mode of letting the whole world know about this thing. But for that, you know, we don't even know whether he has that openness to share his knowledge. So suddenly he's like, there's nothing for him in the system. So I completely agree. And that is one of the reasons why we hire people, you know, who knowingly who are overqualified, because we get very enamored by some skill, some certification, some knowledge that he's bringing on board that nobody has, or very few people have. So we are looking at it. But the question at that point of time is also to see from his perspective,